And welcome everyone to the Viking Weekend channel. I am your host and mighty chieftain Salty Viking. I hope you're all having a great day today. And we're going to begin a brand new playthrough here. We're going to be beginning Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. We're going to start with the first game, which is Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. And then we're going to go through the chronological, which will follow with Justice for All. And then Trials and Tribulations on this go around. And then once the Apollo Justice games come out, then we'll do those, which will be Apollo Justice Ace Attorney, Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, and Ace Attorney Spirit of Justice, or Phoenix Wright. You get what I mean. Now, and then we'll also do the Ace Attorney Chronicles as well. Now, I was actually not going to do this series only because I said if they weren't going to release Dual Destinies, Apollo Justice, and Spirit of Justice as well on the Switch or the PS4, then I wasn't going to do the series because it's kind of pointless to do certain games and not do all of them. So now that they're releasing the Apollo Justice trilogy, I have no excuse now, and so that means we're gonna be doing the Ace Attorney series, all 7 games. So so we're gonna begin with the first one. And before I begin, as always, like, comment, subscribe, smash the bell to be kept up to date when future videos drop. I would love for you all to be part of my Viking village. So as I always say, join the raid and welcome to the village, everyone. Alright, here we go. Episode 1, the first Turnabout. Yeah, we're going to play this one first. First steps. Oh! Oh, look what you did. Damn it, why me? I can't get caught. Not like this. I've got to find someone to pin this on. Someone like him. I'll make it look like he did it. August 3rd, 9:47 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Boy, am I nervous. Right. Hello. Oh, hiya, Chief. Whew, I'm glad I made it on time. Well, I have to say, Phoenix, I'm impressed. Not everyone takes on a murder trial right off the bat like this. It says a lot about you, and your client as well. Thanks. Actually, it's because I owe him a favor. A favor? You mean you knew the defendant before this case? Yes. Actually, I kind of owe my current job to him. He's one of the reasons I became an attorney. Well, that's news to me. I want to help him out any way I can. I just really want to help him. I owe him that much. It's over. My life, everything, it's all over. Is that your client screaming over there? Yeah, it's him. Death, despair, oh! I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna die. It sounds like he wants to die. Yeah. He seems to be a bit overdramatic. Nick! Hey there, Larry. Dude, I'm so guilty. Tell him I'm guilty. Dude! Give me the death sentence. I ain't afraid to die. What? What's wrong with Larry? Oh, it's all over. I'm finished. I can't live in a world without her. I can't. Who took her away from me, Nick? Who did this? Oh, Nick, you gotta tell me. Who took my baby away? The person responsible for your girlfriend's death? The newspapers say it was you. My name is Phoenix Wright. Here's the story. My first case is a fairly simple one. A young woman was killed in her apartment. The guy they arrested was the unlucky sap dating her. Larry Butts. My best friend since grade school. Our school had a saying, when something smells, it's usually the butts. Yeah, that would be a good saying. In the 23 years I've known him, it's usually been true. He has a knack for getting himself in trouble. One thing I can say though, it's usually not his fault. He just has terrible... He just has terrible luck. But I know better than anyone that he's a good guy at heart. That and I owe him one, which is why I took the case, to clear his name. And that's just what I'm going to do. August 3rd, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom number 2. Here we go. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Larry Butts. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Ahem. Mr. Wright, this is your first trial, is it not? Yes, Your Honor. I'm a little nervous. Your conduct during this trial will decide the fate of your client. Murder is a serious charge. For your client's sake, I hope you can control your nerves. Thank you, Your Honor. Mr. Wright, given the circumstances, I think we should have a test to ascertain your readiness. Yes, Your Honor. Gulp, handshaking, eyesight fading. The test will consist of a few simple questions. Answer them clearly and concisely. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Okay, give me 1 second here. Hang on a sec, I'll be right back because I want to check something here. Okay, I'm back. I just had to finish checking something. Now, that thing I was checking about, now we know the answer to this question. It's Larry Butts. But for the sole purpose of getting a trophy, we're going to select Mia Fey. The defendant? That's Mia Fey. Wrong, right. Look, I have to leave. I have to go home. I'm expecting a delivery. Oh, come on, Chief. There's no need to be going so soon, is there? Listen, Wright. The defendant is the one on trial. Your client. I mean, that's about as basic as you can get. I put my foot in it this time. I've got to relax. Sorry, I couldn't hear your answer. I'll ask once more. Please state the name of the defendant in this case. Yep, there it is. Please turn in your badge. It's Larry Butts. We know this. The defendant? Well, that's Larry Butts, Your Honor. Correct. At least the judge didn't reprimand me for that. Just keep your wits about you and you'll do fine. Next question. This is a murder trial. Tell me, what's the victim's name? Ooh, I know this one. Glad I read the case cover for so many times. Now, we'll just hit R1 just to show. Profiles. Cindy Stone is her name. Uh-oh. No way, I forgot. I'm drawing out total blank here. Phoenix, are you absolutely sure you're up to this? You don't even know the victim's name? Oh, the victim? Oh, of course I know the victim's name. Temporarily. I think I feel a migraine coming on. Yeah, we're not giving her much confidence, are we? Look, the victim's name is listed in the court record, which we just checked. Just press the R1 button to check it at any time, okay? Remember to check it often. Do it for me, please. I'm begging you. Mr. Wright, who is the victim in this case? Oh, God damn it! I hit cinder block. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, God. I'll ask you again. Oh man, this is becoming a comedy hour. It's Cindy Stone. We already established this at the start, and yet I wasn't paying attention to which answer I hit. Oh God. The victim's name is Cindy Stone. Correct. Now tell me, what was the cause of death? She died because she was hit with a blunt object. At least I'll get one right. Intentionally get one right. She was struck once by a blunt object. Correct. You've answered all my questions. I see no reason why we shouldn't proceed. You seem much more relaxed, Mr. Wright. Good for you. Thank you, Your Honor. Because I don't feel relaxed, that's for sure. Well then. First, a question for the prosecution. Mr. Payne? Yes, Your Honor? As Mr. Wright just told us, the victim was struck with a blunt object. Would you explain to the court just what that object was? The murder weapon was this statue of the Thinker. It was found lying on the floor next to the victim. I see. The court accepts it into evidence. Statue added to the court record. Right. Be sure to pay attention to every evidence added during the trial. That evidence is the only ammunition you have in court. Use the R1 button to check the court records frequently. Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its first witness. The prosecution calls the defendant, Mr. Butts, to the stand. Chief, what do I do now? Pay attention. You don't want to miss any information that might help your client's case. You'll get your chance to respond to the prosecution later, so be ready. Let's just hope he doesn't say anything unfortunate. And considering who we're talking about, I'm pretty sure he will say something unfortunate. Uh-oh. Larry gets excited easily. This could be bad. Yeah. Alright, here we go. Larry Butts. Ahem. Mr. Butts, is it not true that the victim had recently dumped you? Hey, watch it, buddy! We were great together. We were Romeo and Juliet. Cleopatra and Mark Antony. Those are not good examples, dude. Didn't they all die? Exactly! I wasn't dumb. She just wasn't taking my phone calls or seeing me. Ever. What's it to you anyway? Calm down, dude. Mr. Butts, what you described is generally what we mean by dumped. He's not wrong. In fact, she had completely abandoned you and was seeing other men. She had just returned from overseas with one of them the day before the murder. What do you mean, one of them? Lies! All of it lies! I don't believe a word of it! Your Honor, the victim's passport. According to this, she was in Paris until the day before she died. The victim apparently arrived home from Paris on 7:30 the day before the murder. Indeed. She appears to have returned the day before the murder. Thank you for restating what was already said, Your Honor. Dude, no way. The victim was a model, but did not have a large income. It appears that she had several sugar daddies. Uh-oh. Daddies? Sugar? Yes, older men who gave her money and gifts. She took their money and used it to support her lifestyle. Dude. We can clearly see what kind of woman this Miss Stone was. So yeah, yeah. Tell me, Mr. Butts, what do you think of her now? Right? I don't think you want him to answer that question. Yeah, Larry has a way of running his mouth in all the wrong directions. Should I? Stop him. Stop him from answering. My client had no idea the victim was seeing other men. That question is irrelevant to this case. Oof! Dude, Nick, what do you mean irrelevant? That cheating she-dog. I'm gonna die. I'm just gonna drop dead. You know, when I meet her in the afterlife, I'm gonna get to the bottom of this. Oh, dude. Let's continue with the trial, shall we? I believe the accused motive is clear to everyone. Yes, quite. Oh boy, this is so not looking good. Next question. You went to the victim's apartment on the day of the murder, did you not? Well, did you or did you not? Well, maybe I did and maybe I didn't. Dude, it's either one or the other! Uh-oh, he went. What do I do now? Have him answer honestly. I know, I'll send him a signal. Tell the truth! Yeah, I was there. I went. Order? Well, Mr. Butts? Dude, chill. She wasn't home, man. So, I didn't see her. I didn't! I love that. Your Honor, the defendant is lying. Lying? The prosecution would like to call a witness who can prove Mr. Butts is lying. Well, that simplifies matters. Who is your witness? The man who found the victim's body. Okay. Just before making the gruesome discovery, he saw the defendant fleeing the scene of the crime. Order! Order in the court! Mr. Payne, the prosecution may call its witness. Yes, Your Honor. This is bad. On the day of the murder, my witness was selling newspapers at the victim's building. Please bring Mr. Frank Sawit to the stand. Frank Sawit. The jokes write themselves here. Mr. Sawit, you sell newspaper subscriptions, and is this correct? God, even the bad jokes are tripping me up today. What the hell? Oh yes, newspapers, yes. Mr. Sawit, you may proceed with your testimony. Please tell the court what you saw on the day of the murder. Here we go. Witness testimony. Witness's account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions when I saw a man fleeing an apartment. I thought he must be in a hurry because he left the door half open behind him. Thinking it strange, I looked inside the apartment. Then I saw her lying there, a woman, not moving, dead. I quailed in fright and found myself unable to go inside. I thought to call the police immediately. However, the phone in her apartment wasn't working. I went to a nearby park and found a public phone. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. The man who ran was without a doubt the defendant sitting right over there. Larry, why didn't you tell the truth? I can't defend you against a testimony like that. Incidentally, why wasn't the phone in the victim's apartment working? Your Honor, at the time of the murder, there was a blackout in the building. Aren't phones supposed to work during a blackout? Yes, Your Honor. However, some cordless phones do not function normally. The phone that Mr. Sawit used was one of those. Your Honor, I have a record of the blackout for your perusal. Blackout record, electricity in Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. on the day of the crime. And according to the testimony, he did say it was 1 p.m., so that would fit within the time frame. Now, Mr. Wright. Yes? Yes, Your Honor? You may begin your cross-examination. Cross-examination, Your Honor? All right, Wright, this is it. The real deal. What exactly am I supposed to do? Why you exposed the lies in the testimony the witness just gave. Lies? What? He was lying? Your client is incorrect, right? Then the witness must have lied in his testimony. Or is your client really guilty? How do I prove he's not? You hold the key. It's in the evidence. Compare the witness's testimony to the evidence at hand. There's bound to be a contradiction in there. Now, wait a minute. That's right. Hold on. I said the key part a moment ago, but I kind of glossed over. Okay, hang on. We'll get to that in a moment. First, find contradictions between the court record and the witness's testimony. Then, once you've found the contradicting evidence, present it and rub it in the witness's face. Okay. Open the court record with the R1 button, then point out the contradictions in the testimony. Alright, here we go. Time to cross-examination, witness's account. I was going door to door selling subscriptions. Okay, so we want... So he said 10 things in here. So we want... So let me get to there. Now he also said something else that's puzzling. Okay, so it's right here, this statement here. I remember the time exactly. Now let's take a look here. Blackout record. Noon to 6 p.m. And I kind of hinted on that where I said that the 1 p.m. falls between that. So if you remember the time exactly, how would you know that if there was a blackout? Let's press on that. 1 p.m.? Are you certain? Yes, absolutely. He seems really confident. 1 p.m.? Right, doesn't that seem strange to you? Present some evidence to contradict him. I remember the time exactly. It was 1 p.m. Let's, Time of death between 4 p.m. and 5 p.m. So, if she died between 4 and 5, how does he remember the time again? I think we should present it! You found the body at 1 p.m. You're sure? Yes, it was 1 p.m. for certain. Frankly, I find that hard to believe. Your statement directly contradicts the autopsy report. The autopsy notes the time of death at sometime after 4 p.m. There was nobody to find at 1 p.m. How do you explain this 3-hour gap? It... Gotcha. This is trivial. The witness merely forgot the time. After his testimony, I find that hard to believe. Mr. Sowett, why were you so certain that you found the body at 1 p.m.? Gee, that's really a good question. Great job, Wright. Way to put him on the spot. Alright, hang on a sec. That's all you have to do. Point out contradictions. Lies always beget more lies. See through one and their whole story falls apart. Yeah, the House of Cards effect, you know? And once you pull one... Wait! I remember now. Would you care to give your testimony again? Witness testimony, the time of discovery. You see, when I found the body, I heard the time. There was a voice saying the time. It was probably coming from the television. Oh, but it was 3 hours off, wasn't it? I guess the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. That's why I thought it was 1 p.m. Terribly sorry about the misunderstanding. Yeah, misunderstanding my ass. I see. You heard a voice saying the time on a taped program. Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Okay. Right? You know what to do. I've got this one. Yeah, there's another hairy contradiction in what he just said. So this time he's got 6 of them. So pretty much here, I'm going to do it on this one here because, so he says the victim must have been watching a video of a taped program. Problem with that, electricity in Miss Stone's building was out from noon to 6 p.m. She was dead between 4 and 5. Kind of hard to watch a taped program when the electricity in the building is out. Hold it right there. The prosecution has said there was a blackout at the time of the discovery, and this record proves it. You couldn't have heard a television or a video. The defense has a point. Do you have an explanation for this, Mr. Sowat? No, I find it quite puzzling myself. Quite. Uh-oh. Ah! Well, wait, I remember now. Mr. Sowat, the court would prefer to hear an accurate testimony from the very beginning. These constant corrections are harming your credibility. That, and you seem rather distraught. My apologies, Your Honor. It must have been the shock of finding the body. Very well, Mr. Sowat. Let's hear your testimony once more, please. Hearing the time. Actually, I didn't hear the time. I saw it. There was a table clock in the apartment, wasn't there? Yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. That must have been what I saw. Really now? You saw a clock? I guess that would explain it. The defense may cross-examine the witness. Gladly. Okay, so, yeah, you saw it. Yeah, my God, we're really running with that joke. Okay, so this one's the interesting one. He said, yeah, the murder weapon. The killer used it to hit the victim. But, if we recall correctly, the murder weapon is a statue. Wait just a moment. The murder weapon wasn't a clock. It was this statue. Now, how is this supposed to be a clock? What? You with your objections and your evidence. Just who do you think you are? I'm an attorney, bitch. That's who. Just answer the question, Mr. Sowat. Hey, I saw it there, okay? That's a clock! Your Honor, if I may... Yes, Mr. Payne? As the witness stated, this statue is indeed a clock. The neck is a switch. You just tilt it and it says the time out loud. As it doesn't look like a clock, I submitted it as a statue. My apologies. You idiot! I see. So the murder weapon was a table clock after all. Well, Mr. Wright, it appears that the witness's testimony was correct. This is a clock. Do you have any problems with his testimony now? So, I mean, the answer is pretty obvious. How did he know? How did the witness, Mr. Sawit, know it was a clock? Yeah, we got a problem with this. Your Honor, there is a gaping hole in the witness's testimony. The only way he could have known the weapon was a clock is to hold it in his hand. Yet the witness testified that he never entered the apartment. Yeah, he also said that he tried to use the phone, which was in the apartment. Clearly a contradiction. Indeed. The witness knew it was a clock because he did indeed go into the apartment. You're lying. You were inside the apartment on the day of the murder. Oh yeah? Prove it. Prove I went in there. I'll do better than that. I can prove you were the one who killed her. You struck her with the clock, and the shock of the blow triggered the clock's voice. That was the sound you heard. Order in the court. Intriguing. Please continue, Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Mr. Sawit, the sound must have left quite an impression on you. Understandable, since the murder weapon spoke just as you hit the victim. That voice was burned into your mind. That's why you were so certain about the time. What's the meaning of this? This is all baseless conjecture. Baseless? Just look at the witness's face. Yeah. Would the witness care to elaborate? Did you strike the victim with the clock? That day? I never. Look, the clock I heard, no, I mean, I saw. Well, that'll be the highlight of my debut. Having a toupee thrown in my face. Shut up, I hate you! It was him, I tell you. I saw him. He killed her and he should burn! Burn! Give him death! Order in the court, I say. Your Honor, a moment, please. There isn't a shred of evidence supporting the defense's claims. Mr. Wright? Your Honor, you claim the sound the witness heard came from the clock. Do you have any evidence? Alright, the whole case is riding on this. I'd better think it through carefully. Your Honor, the sound Mr. Sawit heard was definitely this clock. A fact which is clear if you simply try sounding the clock. Let's sound the clock now, here in this court. Your Honor, may I have the clock? I ask the court to listen very carefully. Beep. I think it's 8:25. That certainly is a strange way to announce the time. Well, he is the thinker, after all. So we've heard the clock. What are your conclusions, Mr. Wright? Mr. Payne, can you tell me what time it is now? It is 11:25. 3-hour gap. As you can see, this clock is exactly 3 hours slow. Precisely the discrepancy between what Mr. Sawit heard and the actual time of death. So, Mr. Sawit, try to talk your way out of this one. Ha ha ha! You forgot one thing. Uh-oh, what's he talking about now? While it may seem like the clock is running 3 hours slow, it proves nothing. How do you know it was running 3 hours slow on the day of the murder? If you can't prove that, you don't have a case! He's right. How am I going to prove that? Damn it, I was so close. Mr. Wright, it seems you lack the critical evidence to support your claim. Yes, Your Honor. This means I cannot let you indict the witness. Unfortunately, this ends the cross-examination of Mr. Frank Solid. I come all the way down here to testify, and look what happens. You treat me like a criminal. A criminal! You lawyers are all slime. I almost had him. Sorry, Larry. I failed you. There's nothing I can do about it now. Not so fast, Mr. Sawit. Chief. Listen up, Wright. Don't throw this one away. Not like this. Think. But Chief, it's over. I can't prove the clock was slow the day of the murder. Nobody can prove that. Well, yes. But that doesn't mean you can't still win. Try thinking out of the box. Don't waste time doubting the facts. Assume the clock was 3 hours slow and think through it. Ask yourself, why was the clock 3 hours slow? Figure out the reason and you'll have your proof. Right? Can you think of a reason as to why the clock would be 3 hours slow? Actually, we can. Wait. Maybe I can prove it. You must have evidence somewhere that can prove it, right? Find it and let them have it. Well, Mr. Wright, you say the clock was already running slow the day of the murder. Have you found evidence to support this claim? Of course. There is a piece of evidence in the court record that can prove my claim beyond a doubt. Tough words. Let's see you pull this one off. Let's see this evidence that proves why the clock was running slow. I'll sum it up in 2 words. Time zones. She was in Paris. The victim had just returned home from abroad the day before the murder. As we all know, the time difference from here and Paris is 9 hours. When it's 4 p.m. here, it's 1 a.m. the next day there. The clock wasn't 3 hours slow, it was 9 hours fast. The victim hadn't reset her clock since returning home. That's why the time you heard when you struck her dead in her apartment was wrong. Proof enough for you, Mr. Sawit? Or should I say, Mr. Did It? And he's down. Order! Order, I say! Well, this case has certainly turned out differently than we all expected. Mr. Payne, your witness, he was arrested and has been taken away, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? I have to say, I'm impressed. I don't think I've ever seen someone complete a defense so quickly and find the true culprit at the same time. Thank you, Your Honor. At this point, this is only a formality, but this court finds the defendant, Mr. Larry Butts, not guilty. And with that, the court is adjourned. It turns out that Frank Solid was a common burglar. He posed as a newspaper salesman to check and see when people were out of the house. That day, when Larry went to her apartment, the victim wasn't home. After he left, Mr. Solid let himself in to do his dirty work. While he was searching her place, the victim returned. Flustered, Mr. Solid grabbed the nearest blunt object he could find and cracked her in the head with it. August 3rd, 2:32 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. Whew, I still can't believe we won. Right, good job in there. Congratulations. Thanks, Chief. I owe it all to you. Not at all, not at all. You fought your own battles in there. It's been a while since I've seen a trial end on such a satisfying note. I've never seen the Chief looking this happy. If she's this glad, imagine how Larry must feel. My life is over. What the hell, dude? Larry, you're supposed to be happy. What's wrong now? Oh, Nick. Don't worry about me. I'll be dead and gone soon. Good. Wait, no. I mean, bad. Larry, you're incorrect. The case is closed. But my Cindy Wendy's gone, man. Gone forever. Larry, she was, nah, never mind. Congratulations, Harry. Harry? Yes, you. I can practically see the headlines now. Harry Butt's innocent. Thanks. I really owe you one. I won't forget this ever. Let's celebrate. Dinner, movie, my treat. Oh no, I couldn't. I was the one who got you. I was the one who got you off the hook, you idiot. Oh hey. Here, take this. It's a present. A present for me? Wait, wasn't this the evidence that... Actually, I made this clock for her. I made one for her and one for me. Really? You made this? Well, thank you. I'll keep it as a memento. Yo, Nick. Can you believe it? I was so into that chick. And she was just playing me for a fool. Don't that make you just want to cry? Not really, no. Larry, are you so sure? Excuse me? I think she thought quite a lot of you in her own way. No, you don't gotta sympathize with me, so it's okay. Oh, I'm not just sympathizing, really. Isn't that right? Don't you have something to show your friend? Something that proves how she felt about him? Huh? Oh yeah, right. What the heck is she talking about? The statue. Take that! Check this out, Larry. Proof positive you weren't just some chump to her. Huh? What about that clock? This is the clock you made for her, Larry. And she took it with her when she traveled. Whatever, she probably just needed a clock, that's all. You think so? It's a pretty heavy clock to take traveling. Well, make of it what you will. Hey, Nick. I'm glad I asked you to be my lawyer. Really, I am. Thanks. Hope that made him feel a little better. right? I hope you see the importance of evidence now. Also, hopefully you realize things change depending on how you look at them. People, too. We never really know if our clients are guilty or innocent. All we can do is believe in them. And in order to believe in them, you have to believe in yourself. Right? Listen, learn, grow strong. Never let go of what you believe in. Never. Well, I think our work here is done. Shall we be off? Yeah, I guess so. Say, how about dinner on me? On me? We'll drink a toast to innocent butts. Yeah. Oh, speaking of Harry, you were saying part of why you became a lawyer was because of him. Yeah, part at least. You'll have to tell me more about it sometime. Maybe over drinks? Why, sure. And so, my first trial came to a close. Larry slapped me on the back and said, "Gee, Nick, it's good to have friends. But I'm pretty sure he's not going to pay us, unless you count the clock he gave Mia." I didn't know it then, but that clock was soon going to be at the center of another incident. And my promise to tell the chief about me and Larry would be one promise that I wouldn't be able to keep. The end. And with that, we have completed the first turnabout, and a brand new episode has been added. Yeah, well, I will save here. Oh, nope. Alright, so we're going to call it an episode here. Give me a second here, because I want to kind of get back into this again. I probably should have stopped it before I saved, but oh well. Anyway, that's going to be it for this video, for the start of this playthrough. We will go into the next case in the next video. And so, yeah, we'll just keep plugging away at it. So, as always, if you like my content and want to continue to support, as always, hit the like button, drop a comment down below, smash the bell to be kept up to date when future videos drop, and also hit the subscribe button. I would love for you all to be part of my journey and with many projects down the line in the future. So, yeah, join the raid and welcome to the village. And as always, this is your mighty chieftain and metal rooster, Salty Viking, reminding you to live brave and free, fight to the nail, and you all have a glorious Viking weekend. And I will catch you in the next episode. Later.